Hello, and welcome back to the commentary portion of my channel. Now, as of late, you may have realized that I've been uploading exclusively Master Duel videos, and that's because I was under the impression that this was a dead format. However, with the new release of Battle of Chaos and the tournament, the Discord hyping up for a new tournament on Saturday, I thought I would share my list for the upcoming tournament. And as you can see, I am playing Tenyi. Now, Tenyi is a deck that had a lot of potential. This deck is quite complicated, different than it looks, and the new skill drain being put to 3 has made the deck a lot better than it used to. Unfortunately, we are likely going to be seeing a lot of conversion with decks like Lunalight, which is why I have created this. This is the new 10E list. So let's start off with the cards. We have 1 Pankratops, 3 Lava Golem, and 3 Raiden. These are our outs to the Lunalight board. Lava Golem specifically is a card that I've put in because it really hurts the Lunalight board, specifically because tributing over both Leos or tributing over their Xyz monsters gives no time for a response window, as you know. I'm playing 1 copy of Mari Mari. Mari Mari is just a very good card for any worm deck, really, that's looking to combo. But it also specifically helps in decks like this because we are playing a lot of decent synchro monsters, and this card is a tuner. We are playing 3 Proof Finesse, the Tactical Trapper. This card can banish Sword Soul Blackout. This card is tough to say for some reason, but when Blackout is banished, it can make a token and you can synchro for Ravenous Crocodile, and get a pop and get to draw 2, which is a very good combo, and Sword Soul Blackout's a good card in its own right. Then we have the Tenyi lineup. We are playing 3 Adhara, 3 Ashina, 2 Mapura, 3 Nahata, or 2 Nahata, 3 Synthana, and 3 Vishuddha. This is the standard lineup of Tenyis. There's nothing really to say much about this one, except I would like to add that Vishuddha is very good at outing a lot of boards, and it is just a very good card in general. We are playing 3 Heavenly Dragon Circle and 3 Vessel for the Dragon Cycle. Both of these cards are quite good. They're just searchers and they're just generic searchers. Vessel for the Dragon Cycle specifically can get to Mari Mari a lot easier. We are playing 1 copy of Fist of the Unrivaled Tenyi. This is quite a controversial choice, honestly, but this card is quite good. As you do know, it's a Omni Negate, and it can special summon a 5-headed dragon from the extra deck. It's 5,000 attack and defense. Then we're playing the newly unlimited 3 copies of Skill Drain. Skill Drain is a fantastic card in this deck because a lot of the cards don't need their effects when they're actually on the field. For example, you can Synthana, trigger, get your token, and then flip your Skill Drain. Then we have 3 copies of Sword Soul Blackout. This is just Icarus attack, and it's also the synergy with Proof Finesse, the Tactical Trapper. Quite a good card. I've already explained a pretty decent amount of it. We have 3 copies of Artifact Lancia. This is good against a lot of the decks in the meta, but specifically Lunalight, which banishes a lot for things like Kaleido Chick and Yellow Martin. But more importantly, it's also very good against a recently very common deck. Recently, people have been playing a lot of Phantom Knights. They have been testing it out and seeing how it works. And this is a very good card against Phantom Knights. Another very good card against both Lunalight and Phantom Knights is DD Crow. This card is, banish the Yellow Martin, banish the Kaleido Chick. It can knock out a lot of the very problematic threats in the meta currently. We also are running 3 copies of MST and 3 copies of Twin Twister. I'm going really, really heavy on back row hate because there are a lot of really weird and annoying Floodgate decks that are playing 3 copies of Skill Drain, 3 copies of Rivalry, 3 copies of Gozen. They're just really like you need a lot of the back row removal against, and then 3 copies of Dimensional Barrier. It's not good against Lunalight really, but it kills Goki, it kills Phantom Knights, as I said, and it hurts a lot of the rogue decks really hard. Now, onto the extra deck, we are playing with 1 copy of 5-headed Dragon, just like this is for Fist of the Unrivaled Tenyi, special summon it. For the synchro lineup, we have one Ravenous Crocodile, the Ravenous Crocodile. It draws two. Well, it draws one when it's summoned, and you can also discard two and pop a card on the field. The card's decent. I don't like it as much as I would. I'd prefer a better level 9 Synchro to come to the game, but Ravenous Crocodric is decent. The draw off when summoning it is also pretty decent. We are also running one copy of Scribe Dragon and one copy of Stardust Dragon. These rarely come up, but when they do, they're pretty good. I would much rather this be a Draco Berserker of the Tenny, of course. Our one Xyz monster is our Tornado Dragon. This monster is a worm for some reason, so it synergizes very well with the deck. Also, extra back removal can never hurt. Two copies of for the Tenny lineup on the Synchros. We have, or sorry, for the Tenny lineup on the Links, we have two Berserker, three Monk, three Shaman, and two Sahasrara. The Berserker of the Tenny, I'm considering cutting down to one, but I feel like it comes up just enough to where I'm willing to play it at two. The card is pretty decent. Along with Monk of the Tenny, the normals are very important for the strategy to work the way they do. We are also playing three copies of the Shaman of the Tenny. This is our main extender. This can go into things like you can discard your Vishudas, your Adharas, most of the Tenny monsters and then revive them. It's kind of just an extender to go into your other link 3, and then you can combo off into Sithana. Speaking of Sahasrara, this card is quite strong. It's honestly, after looking through and getting everything, it's probably the weakest of the towers in the current meta, but it makes up for that with with the deck's ability to create Sahasrara every turn and make a new one every single turn, because you can just do the combo every turn and you can make the towers multiple times, which is a very convenient thing. The matchup spread on this deck is pretty decent. Most decks right now do have a bad matchup against Lunalight, but this deck I've found honestly doesn't have that bad of a matchup, especially when you're siding in cards like Lancia. It's very important. Against Goki, the deck does pretty good, although I don't expect to see a lot of Goki conversion considering the threat of Lunalight looming. Its matchup against things like Megalith are still to be decided. I don't understand Megalith very well, so I hope I can gain a better understanding of the deck through this. And this obviously skill drain and lava golem and dimensional barrier hurt rogue decks a lot. So you can see how well it does against most of the generic matchup spread. And that's going to be it for the video. I'll probably have a video out of my replays of the tournament coming out soon. So subscribe if you want to see some of the games I played during the tournament. And I hope you enjoy the video.